Have you ever wondered if every animal has a special place they're supposed to sit? Let's find out together as we practice yoga to Frog on a Log by Kess Gray, illustrated by Jim Field. If you have this book at home, you can go and get it and follow along. "Hey, frog, sit on a log," said the cat. "But I don't want to sit on a log," said the frog. "Logs are all hard and uncomfortable, and they can give you splinters. Ouch!" "I don't care," said the cat. "You're a frog, so you must sit on a log." That does sound uncomfortable, but let's give it a try. Bring your feet together and squat down low. See if you can keep your feet flat on that log. Now, take your frog hands and set them on the floor between your feet. Stand up slowly and say, "Ouch! You got a splinter." Bend your knees and return to squatting on your log. Let's do it again. Straighten out your legs and say, "Ouch!" Bend your knees, squat on your log, then bring your hands to the floor behind you and return to sitting crisscross. "Can't I sit on a mat?" asked the frog. "Only cats sit on mats," said the cat. That sounds way more comfortable. Take your cat hands and set them on the floor in front of you. Walk your knees out so they're underneath your hips. Curl your cat back all the way up to the ceiling and let your head hang low while you look at your mat. Now round your back so your tummy goes towards the floor. Look up at the ceiling and say, "Meow." Let's look at our mat again. Curl your back up towards the ceiling and let your head hang low. What color is your mat? Round your back so your tummy goes towards the floor. Look up at the ceiling and say, "Meow." Return your back so it's nice and flat. Then walk your knees forward and return to sitting crisscross. "What about a chair?" said the frog. "I wouldn't mind sitting on a chair." "Hares sit on chairs," said the cat. Let's join that hare on his chair. Sit back on your heels and lace your fingers together behind your back. Lower your body down towards the floor so you can rest your forehead in front of your knees. Stretch your hare ears all the way up towards the ceiling. Are you nice and comfy on your chair? Lower your hare ears back towards your heels and roll your body up to sitting. "Perhaps I could sit on a stool," said the frog. "Mules sit on stools," said the cat. That mule is so high up on his stool. Step your feet together and stand up tall. Lift your mule ears way up high. Now sit back on your stool. See how long you can sit on this stool. And if your legs get tired, it's okay if you need to stand up and give yourself a little shake. Sit back on your stool whenever you're ready. Take a look up at your mule ears. Return to standing straight up and down. Lower your hands and bring them back to your heart. What about a sofa? Said the frog. I could stretch right out on a sofa. Gophers sit on sofas, said the cat. It's very simple, really. Cats sit on mats, hares sit on chairs, mules sit on stools, gophers sit on sofas, and frogs sit on logs. I counted 14 gophers sitting on that sofa. Let's see if we can hold them up. Set your feet on the floor in front of you and your hands behind you, with your fingers pointed towards your toes. Walk your feet out as you lift your body up into a long sofa. See if we can count all 14 gophers together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We held up 14 gophers. Lower your body so you're sitting back on the floor and return to sitting crisscross. What do lions sit on? Asked the frog. Lions sit on irons, said the cat. On an iron? That would make any lion roar. Sit back on your heels and take your lion claws and set them on your knees. We're going to breathe in through our noses like we're smelling a flower, then out through our mouths with our tongues hanging way out as we roar like a lion. Let's try it. Deep breath in. Now, roar! Ouch, said the frog. What do parrots sit on? Parrots sit on carrots, said the cat. Lions sit on irons, and parrots sit on carrots. Bring your parrot feet together and stand up tall. Spread your parrot wings out to your sides and step 1 foot behind you. Start to wave your arms up and down like parrot wings. And if you're ready for a little challenge, you can lean forward and lift your back foot up off the floor. It's okay if you want to keep it back behind you for balance. Bring your wings to a stop. Step your feet together and switch sides so your other foot is behind you. Stretch your parrot wings out to your sides and bring them up and down. Remember, if you want a little challenge, you can lift your back foot up behind you. And if you're feeling kind of wobbly, you can set it down on the floor. Bring your wings slowly to a stop. Rest them at your heart and step your feet together. That doesn't sound very comfortable, said the frog. It's not about being comfortable, said the cat. It's about doing the right thing. What do foxes sit on? Asked the frog. Foxes sit on boxes, said the cat. Foxes sit on boxes, and fleas sit on peas. That's a lot of foxes up on those boxes. Let's join them. Take your fox hands and set them on the floor in front of you. Step your feet behind you and press your body up into a triangle. When you're feeling balanced, send your fox tail all the way up to the sky. You can even give it a little wag if you want to. Straighten out your tail, then lower your foot back down to the box. Let's switch sides. Send your other tail all the way up to the ceiling. Give your fox tail a little wag. straighten out your leg. Then return your fox foot so you're back on your box. Bend your knees and return to sitting crisscross. What do goats sit on? Asked the frog. Goats sit on coats, said the cat. Goats sit on coats, cows sit on plows, and storks sit on forks. We can balance on that fork with that stork. Set your feet on the floor in front of you and press yourself up into a low squat. If you can, see if your feet will be flat on the floor. Fold out one stork wing and then the other. You're balanced on a fork. Maybe even give your stork wings a little flap. Set your hands on the floor behind you and lower yourself so you're sitting crisscross. What do gorillas sit on? Asked the frog. Gorillas sit on pillars, said the cat. Gorillas sit on pillars, rats sit on hats, weasels sit on easels, and moles sit on poles. Gorillas can be pretty heavy. Let's see if we can lift one with yoga. Step your feet together and press yourself into a low squat. Give that gorilla a comfy place to sit up over your head. Now, straighten out your legs and grow into a tall pillar. Lift that gorilla up as high as you can get him. Hold him up there. Then lower your hands back towards your head and squat back down to the ground. Give your arms a little shake, and we're going to do that again. This time, we're going to lift a mole up on a pole. Give that mole a nice, comfy place to sit and grow into a tall pole. Lift the mole all the way up to the sky. Hold him there. Now, lower him back down to your head. Squat down towards the floor. Take your hands, set them on the floor behind you, and return to sitting crisscross. What do seals sit on? Asked the frog. Don't you know anything? Said the cat. Seals sit on wheels. Doves sit on gloves. Newts sit on flutes. Lizards sit on wizards. And apes sit on grapes. Did you know that seals sit on wheels? Lay on your tummy and bend your knees. Reach back to hold on to your ankles. Now, lift yourself up into a wheel and see if you can balance a seal on your toes. Lower yourself down to the floor, and we're going to try that one more time. Lift yourself up into a wheel and balance the seal on your toes. Lower yourself down to the floor and sit back on your heels. Balancing a seal is hard work. Let's give our backs a little stretch by lowering our foreheads down to the floor. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Roll your body back so you're sitting straight up again. What about puffins? Asked the frog. Puffins sit on muffins, said the cat. Puffins sit on muffins. Snakes sit on cakes. Owls sit on towels. Gibbons sit on ribbons. Lambs sit on jams. And bees sit on keys. Have you ever wanted to sit on a cake? Let's join that snake. Set your feet on the floor in front of you so your knees are bent. Now, tip your legs over to one side. You're a twisty snake sitting on a cake. Rest your hand on your heel behind you and lift your snake head up high. Take a deep breath in and say, hiss. Lower your snake head down to your shoulder and then to the floor. Bend your knees in front of you, then tip your legs over to the other side. You've got your twisty snake sitting on a cake. Rest your hand on your heel behind your body and lift your snake head up high. Take a look around. Breathe in and say, hiss. Lower your snake head down to your shoulder and then to the floor. If you'd like, you can return to sitting crisscross. Well, I never knew that, said the frog. Well, you do now, said the cat. What do dogs sit on? Asked the frog. I was hoping you weren't going to ask that, said the cat. Help! Oh no! Dogs sit on frogs. Take your hands and set them on the floor in front of you. And step your feet out behind you. When you're feeling balanced, tip your body up and wave your white flag. Say, help! Lower your hand back to the floor. Rest on your knees. And let's switch sides. Take your hands to the floor. Step your feet out behind you. And when you're feeling balanced, tip your body up and wave your white flag. Help! Lower your body so that your hand is back on the floor and your knees are underneath you. Return to sitting crisscross. Can you think of any animals that we missed? And what do you think they sit on? Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today.